Show Heidi. Look, there's Heidi. We're going to go live here. I am setting things up so we can get going. We're going to invite Nancy. And we're done. We're starting a little early because it takes us some time to set up. But tonight we're going to do acrylic pouring. I'm just going to give you some examples of things I've done here in the store. This is an old waterfall dresser that I acrylic poured the drawers. I can't go vertical, sorry. I mean, yeah, horizontal, whatever, vertical. But anyway, that's one example. Over here I have another one that I did on the top of an old bar. And the blues and the greens. And then over here I have a little table. Sorry for the glare. There's a little table I did. And another dresser. So that's what we're going to show you tonight, is how to do the acrylic pours. Here's another tabletop I did. It's got some metallics in it. The copper and the bronze. I'm just showing examples until I see Nancy. These are some of the canvases. One of the canvases I did. It's done in all metallics and black and white. And my husband just built the frame out of reclaimed wood. So those are canvases. And I don't know. Oh, here's another one up here. You can see it. They're all different. Each one is unique. We've got all kinds of them because it's my favorite thing to do. So now we're going to walk back to the table and wait for Nancy to come on. And then Heidi will come back and we'll get started. So tonight we're doing acrylic pouring with Kristi Kuehl Pure Home Paints products. I've got it all set up over here. See, we've got clipboards and canvas, and I'm going to be doing coasters. These are the coasters. I've got it set up here. I better turn my phone down. Otherwise, you'll be hearing my husband call, and that's not a good thing. Am I down? I guess I'm down. Okay. So basically, well, I thought I was. Maybe I'm not. I heard it clink. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do a safe acrylic pour with all of our non-toxic products. We do offer a pour kit that we will show you. We've got pigments that you can add to the acrylic base, but you can also use our furniture paint as the product to pour with. You just have to add a little water to it and then add the pouring medium. And you can also use our vibrant splatter. So the great thing about our company is, if you don't know already, all of our products are interchangeable. They work wonderfully together. And they're all non-toxic. There's baby Jace. And beyond safe. Sorry about the glare. Isn't he cute? He's all grown up now. And that's where we are. So this type of art is my favorite, just so you know. I love acrylic pouring because no two are ever the same. Can you see that? It's awesome. Hello, Miss Kitty. And Amy, hi. So I'm just waiting for Nancy to get on. Nancy's going to do... Alfred is off today, so Nancy's going to do a little info, and then we're going to come back to me on a full screen, and I'm going to do some pouring. So I'm pretty excited about that because, as you can see, I've got all my colors mixed up because the hardest part and the longest part of acrylic pouring is mixing. I promise you. It takes little or no time to do a pour, because it goes quite quickly, but the mixing is a little tedious because you think you've got it mixed and then you don't. You see other things. So I mixed them all up before because it's no fun watching paint dry or be mixed. So we're just waiting on Nancy. Like I said, I started a little early, so maybe we wouldn't have a lull, but so tonight I'm going to do a clipboard. The clipboard that's up there we did a while back, and Heidi made a good point as to when you put the paper on, you don't get to see all the cool stuff going on the clipboard. So tonight we're going to do the back of the clipboard and paint the front a solid color. So it's kind of the reverse. And depending on time, I've got 5 coasters here that I can pour, and canvases. You can do all kinds of things. I've done trays out of old kitchen doors. I've got barn door on the head. And they're really cute. I just take all the hardware off. Actually, let me show you. This is one of the ones that I used. It's just the flat old kitchen doors. Can you see them? And I take all the hardware off and fill in the holes. It's a kitty's food. And I do... Hi, Nancy, are you coming on? I do fill in the holes. I do a base coat, and then I do seal it because some of those old cabinets have a tendency to bleed. So, and then I just do a pour on top of them and attach handles. They're really cute. They're good serving trays, just little bed trays. I don't know. They're just cute. I love them. But, like I said, come on, Nancy. I know Nancy's by herself today, so she's doesn't have her Alfred. So, and if you guys have any questions about acrylic pouring, please ask. We are more than happy to help, and I know several people that watch have done them before, and maybe they can give you 2 cents that I don't know. I'm not a big silicone person or cell person, so I don't use silicone. But in our pour kit, you will get silicone if you like that alien kind of cell thing. And I don't use a heat gun either. So, I mean, I guess I could show you, but I personally don't like that effect. I'm just letting you see all the products. Look at all the products we have. So much. And then I seal my canvases and my coaster, pretty much everything, with our gloss finish. I think I need an intervention. Nancy needs an intervention. She's coming on. I seal our mowers with the gloss. You can also use our Pure Bond and dilute it down and make it an epoxy. A resin. Which I've done on a couple coasters, but it takes longer to dry than the gloss, and I'm impatient, so I just use gloss. Hi, Nance.
That's me. That's me. Here I am. I did it.
What do you need an intervention? I know. Good job.
Without Alfred, without my cameraman.
Job.
I even turned it around.
There you go. Look at you.
Old age is great. You can still learn, you guys.
I know. Every day.
I know. Hey, hi, everybody.
So I was just telling them a little bit about my pouring style, that I don't personally do the cells because I don't like the look of them. But the silicone does come in our kits. So
here's our kit. Here's our kit. Now, what I'm doing, since I'm all alone, is I'm just doing another show and tell of what I've done. And actually, I know that there's some of you that have been using the kit that have been a lot more creative than I. Mine has just basically been a dirty pours, but I think that Karri's going to go into a lot of detail or more detail tonight about what things that you could do other than just, I mean, there's so many possibilities of different kinds of ways of doing the kit, the acrylic pouring kit. So these are all the ones that I just kind of like was fooling around with on canvas. But I'll show you my tables too. So these are just ones that are all on canvas.
Right.
Let's see. I'm just
now. Have you done any with the cells?
I do cells. Actually, I do cells. And I heard you say about the heat gun, and I do the heat gun too. This was a tray that was a cabinet door, which I think turned out pretty good. It was pretty cool. And then I'll show you the two different. This one is, I did two side tables, and I put them side by side. And though they're not identical, they're pretty close. They're pretty good. I was pretty excited.
The thing I like about
this was my beginner's luck one, my first try, and I really, really like this one.
Oh, that's pretty.
See my little horse down there at the bottom.
That's good.
Right. So yeah, it just seems like the heat kind of dissipates the bubbles, the air bubbles, and that's what we don't want when it dries. We want most of the it has a bubble releaser in the product, but still there might be some bubbles trapped. So anyway, that's what the heat gun does, help do that. So I just wanted to say a couple things too before Karri starts going on about and shows you what she's going to do. And that is, there's been a lot of questions about the kit and why this kit is better or different than any other. You can really do acrylic pours with anything. It just depends on if you want it to last for a long time and if you value your health. So if you're valuing that and health and safety and longevity are important to you, then why not do it with something safe and with products that aren't going to eventually crack or peel off. And that's why we're using and making the products that we make. And you can buy them also, the pouring medium you can buy individually, and you can buy it in the kit. There's a whole bunch in the kit. So it makes, though the price is like $115, $120, it makes a lot of product. And not only can you use the pigment, you can put the pigment in the acrylic base, but you can also use, I have it over here, the chalk paint. If you want to use the chalk, then you can put that in there too. So, whatever, and Vibrant Splatter. I guess Karri's used Vibrant Splatter in hers.
I have. I've used everything.
Yeah, I use a small torch too. It seems it seems if you hold it and you're careful, it doesn't get too hot. I think.
Yeah,
I haven't since we don't have any flammable products, I guess I don't have to worry about burning down the plant, right?
There you go. That's very good.
Okay, so let's see. So also, Karri, are you all by yourself too?
No, Heidi's here.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I gotta turn this down. Hold on.
She's getting paint on her tail. Is she from the thing?
Okay. All right. So I think if you guys, just like always, ask me any questions about anything. This is really, it's an awesome kit for everybody that comes in here that asks me about it. Sees for birthday parties for children. Seems to be really excited about that. Oh yeah, and Kitty, look. So this is what I did, like in the very beginning. I don't know if you could see can you see the metallic? But this was like glitz and glam. And then I put EcoBond on it. And let me see. Oops. And pretty shiny.
Oh yeah.
The metallic is good. That 3-1. Here's the one with the little 3 triptych right here. Okay, so I see that Sherry's saying that she would like to see some pigments. You know, we do pigment coloration, color theory. I do have a color theory of primary, secondary, tertiary colors that I think maybe I could put on the partner page, or I could just put it on, I could just give it to Kristi and she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too because...
Huh? What'd you say?
I said I'd like to see, this is Heidi, I'd like to see that too because,
yeah,
you know, coming up with different colors, it's on the back of the, like if you buy food coloring, you know, for coloring Easter eggs rather than the dye kits, it's on the back, you know, to make this color do 5 drops of this. I'd love to see that with the pigments.
Well, this gets pretty much into detail because after you make your secondary colors, then with the secondary colors, you can make the tertiary colors. So you can go on and on forever, infinity with oh, okay. I will send it to Sherry and she's really good at fixing it up. So it's on the way, you guys.
Cool.
It's on the way. So it's the color theory kit, which is really neat. And I think in whatever anybody is doing, whether it's the furniture or this or crackle or anything, knowing color theory is pretty, I think, exciting and fun to do because you're expanding your horizons and you're not having to go to any craft store to buy colors because you can make your own. And that was the original theory behind doing the pigments because I just felt that it was a lot of extra money to be buying 299 colors of deco art or something.
Right.
So.
And here's all of Carrie's stuff. She just mixed up her own little colors. I did.
Yeah. And so, of course, we know that if you're going to do, if you want pastel colors, you're just not going to use so much. If you're using the pigment or you're using chalk paint, you're just not going to use so much of it to make lighter colors. So.
Right. Well, mix it with white.
Right. Mix it with white.
Not showing anything.
Actually, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but the acrylic base, which is, see it right here. Oops, not that one. This one. This acrylic base is pretty. This one you add to the pigment to, and then you add pouring medium. But the acrylic base is pretty much colorless. So it's acrylic, but it is a base. And so this one that we have here is the white base. So this one has a to make it a lot lighter. Does that make sense? I hope.
Yep.
I hope it makes sense.
Yeah.
It made sense to me because you still got the resin and you still got safe resin, but you've got 2 different kinds of resin you can mix them together. So you could do half and half. If you didn't want a really strong white, then you would add the acrylic base to it too. So
sweet.
That's
Didn't know
how
that.
it works. Okay, go ahead, Karri.
Okay. Do you want to go off now, or do you want to stay with us?
Yeah. No, because if I go off, then that's good, because then you'll have a big screen. Right?
Okay. Well, we'll talk to you later with us. Yes, that's perfect.
Okay. And then if you guys have any questions, I'll be watching on the computer and I can answer them. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Knock 'em dead.
Okay.
All right. Okay, there we go. So now it's just Karri doing her pours.
And she loves them.
And Nancy can answer.
Well, if you can't hear me, please let us know, because I know we've had some mic issues in the past. Second, these are plain old tiles that you would like tile your bathroom with. And I actually had a box of them that were all bull-nosed. I don't know why. But there wasn't much I could do with them. And then I decided I'm going to make coasters out of them. So Tom built me a little tray, and I'm just going to pour. And all I did was wash this with Dawn soap and water, and that's all. So for my pours, I like color. So I just, can you see inside the cup? I do mostly dirty pours because that's my thing. And you just layer the colors in the cup. And these are all mixed. I should say mixed. If they're not, you get a sticker and mix them. I made them beforehand, so I might have to remix some of them. These are all made with colors from the pigments in the kit, except the lime green I used our furniture paint. And how I mix them is I put about 2 tablespoons of acrylic base in, and then 2 or 3 drops of the pigment, depending on what color I want, how deep, how light, and then 4 tablespoons of the pouring medium. And the hardest thing about doing pours is mixing your product, because it takes a little longer, and you want it like the consistency of warm honey. You don't want it to, like this one might need a little bit more water. They've been sitting here for a little bit. So just add a dab. Woo, a little dab. Mix it up. And don't just mix it once and think it's good. After you think you've got it mixed, mix some more. Because it does take a little bit to incorporate everything together. There we go. That's better. And then I just layered paints. There's no rhyme or reason. I just I have 2 whites because I use a lot of white. I like negative space in mine.
Okay, comment from the peanut gallery. That's a lot of paint for one little tile.
I know, it is.
That's why Heidi doesn't particularly care for acrylic pouring. One, I'm not an artist, so I don't understand this craziness.
I'm flipping. Just
also,
go ahead, keep talking.
I feel I can't handle the waste.
I like the spread of colors, so that's just me. And then
yes, Linda, we're doing acrylic pours tonight. Safely.
look, it looks like a smile, like with teeth. You see it?
Sherry says she has great uses for waste. Tell me, Sherry, maybe I'll appreciate an acrylic pour again.
Beans likes acrylic pours too.
Yep. Kitty's gonna do some help. Meow. Oh, Sherry's does the jewelry thing.
Oh, does she? Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome.
I don't think that's gonna work with Carrie's mess.
Oh, come on. I think I poured off too much on this one. We'll just add some more in places.
This is why we like non-toxic paint.
Yeah, because we just play with them. So there's one. One and done. No two are ever the same, just so you know that. And always, especially when you're making coasters, make sure you get around your sides and it'll continue to drip. But Heidi's going to take you over here and show you what I did. You know those terrible laminate or pleather seat covers that everybody had in what, the 60s and 70s probably, so because your kids...
These things here. You're going to have to talk loud.
Oh, okay, so what I did was, I did a pour on one. I painted the base white.
It's still wet, so we're getting a glare from my window, but...
Yeah. I painted the base white, and then did an acrylic pour.
So here's the original. Here's the white base. And the acrylic pour over it, and then she actually put white.
I don't know. I'm going to paint a chair. Match it. Not a white chair, though.
So everybody's responding. They all do jewelry from leftovers.
I know. I just don't know that I have the patience to do jewelry. I'm not a very patient person. Okay, I'll do one that has less color now, but more vibrancy. How about that? So basically, I am just showing you, I have done acrylic pours with every single product in the Kristi Kuehl line. I've done it with Vibrant Splatter, I've done it with the chalk paint, and I've done it with the kit. And I really don't have a preference. It's just, sometimes it's just easier to mix the color with a little, okay, I should take that back. When I do Vibrant Splatter, I do use the acrylic base with the Vibrant Splatter because it's a good, I hope I'm telling this right. It's the bonding agent, right, Nancy? Please explain. Because the Vibrant Splatter is a little thinner than the chalk paint. Then when I use the chalk paint, I mix like 1 tablespoon of water to 2 or 3 tablespoons of paint, depending on, different paints have different thicknesses. So, you know, like your blues and stuff, you need to mix more water with than you do like your creams and your beiges. So you just, it's really, I'm probably not the best to tell people about this because I'm one of those cookers that cook with no recipe. A pinch of this, a pinch of that. And that's kind of what I do with my pours. So this one just has a little bit of cook. Is this a better one, guys? Not so much paint? We'll see what this does. Okay. I'm just going to flip. I'm going to pour a little. So this is how I get negative space. I pour a little white around the edges. And it just flows. And maybe I'm wasteful, but I do a lot with this. But see, some of this, look at how cool this stuff down here is. I can totally see you making jewelry out of these. Because it's cool. See, not enough paint, you're not going to get the wow factor. In my world. It's going to look like a beach wave. Very beachy. Can you see? I guess it's so bad. Somebody will like this coaster sitting on their desk with their coffee cup on top of it.
So we got a whole bunch of people. I don't recognize their names. We got a Sherry and a Vicky.
Well, those, you know Sherry.
Sherry Moe?
Yeah, she's the one that does all the graphics and stuff for Pure. She's the one that does these.
Oh, I've never seen her name.
Really? And Vicky is one of Kitty's girls.
Kimberly, Linda.
Well, hello, ladies. Heidi doesn't know you, but I do. Thanks for watching. Ooh, I'm dripping. And see, this is starting to pop air bubbles, so you're getting colors underneath them. Can you see the little air bubbles? I don't know. Well, these really should be up on bottles rather than sitting on this because of this. I'm going to change things a little bit. Heidi will entertain you for a sec.
I will?
Yeah. Entertain.
Okay, so Karri, she was just asked if you create cells. Karri doesn't like cells.
I'll do one if you want me to.
Not that she doesn't particularly care for them. There's a disease. It's like, it's the fear of holes.
There you go. That's me.
So we don't exactly do cells, but we just let the air bubbles pop. Like, here's a piece here. Nancy has done some cells. There is what's in there? The silicone is what does the...
Yes, it comes in the kit. The silicone does come in the kit, so you can do cells if you want to do cells. That's just my personal preference.
So ladies, explain the jewelry. Are you using just the little drips?
Yeah,
or do you actually let this whole thing dry and then cut? Because I've heard them say creating skins and then somebody said they cut.
Yeah, I think after it dries, like you could make this, you wouldn't have to cut that because that's smaller, but you could take a piece of this and cut it out for a circle to put into one of those necklaces that I showed you. I don't know. If I had more time in my world, I would do it. Let's do the back of this. So, we're going to do
there's our clipboards.
A clipboard. That's the one we did. This time we're going to do it on the back because, like Heidi says, it makes more sense because
you cover the front side with the papers and then you can't see it. So we have clipboards all around. We don't use iPads around here.
No, we really don't.
No. We use clipboards and ledger paper.
And again, I'm just pouring colors. I really have no rhyme or reason unless I'm doing like a table or something when I stick to whatever. Most people like the blues, where I like the magentas and the lime greens and the teals, I guess. That's still a blue, but
I'm hoping my camera skills don't make anybody sick. I'm standing up.
Are you getting dizzy? Are they getting dizzy?
No, but just every time I cough or Beans jumps on my back or... But if I'm overhead like this, I can get you pouring and your choice of colors over here.
And some people do, like after they've poured their colors in, they take their little thing and mix it kind of a little. You can't. I really don't know that there's a wrong way to do acrylic pours. I really don't. So, I do what I want to do. This one I'm going to try, I'm just going to kind of pour it out and then flip it and just see what it does. I've never really done this before, so we're just going to see where we get. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Then I'm going to go back with some white and fill in some of the holes. This is all experimental right here, guys, just so you know. I did seal the back of this clipboard because last time we did this, Because there is so much liquid in the acrylic pour paint mixture, our clipboard warped. We had to work out some kinks. I don't know. What do you think?
It's a lot of paint.
Is that what everybody says?
No, nobody says that. Sherry says there's no wrong way to do art.
I know, there isn't. That's what I say. Good job, Sherry. I'll just let it drip. And I know most of this stuff gets poured off, but you gotta add some color.
You're done without even tipping it.
No, it's not. I'm just trying to... I'm just playing. I've never done this, so this is the time for me to do it, right?
Why not?
Well, we're doing a live here. We'll see where we go, what we get. I think that's the thing that I like so much about this type of art is I never know what I'm going to get, so I just kind of go with it. Sorry, my little thing in there is going. What I want to do when I grow up is what Kitty and Vicky do, and there's someone else that I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your name, but they do tumblers, and I don't know if they've ever done a tumbler with a pour, but they do cool tumblers like those. They do them with glitter and pretty colors and awesomeness.
Sherry says if you watch videos of paint pours, you don't need to take sleeping aids.
No, you don't. They're so...
You know what? Watch miniature cooking.
Yeah, that's another one, too.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's where I'm going to leave that. I like that.
You got a corner over there that's not done yet.
Well, let's just go this way a little bit. It's the corner that has the chip in it. I may have to physically fix that.
You guys all watch acrylic pour videos, and I've been watching PBS Masterpiece like by the season. So I've been watching Poldark and Victoria and...
You're a nerd.
I know. I could just sit and watch TV for hours.
What a nerd. Anyway, I like that.
Cooking in the Forest videos. We'll have to watch that. I like the little miniature cooking. Like, seriously, they're cooking real food, and it's the size of, like...
pennies. Not even.
Yeah, it's tiny. Tiny little omelets.
Talk about patience.
Oh, Linda, you have to do this with your art students, especially with our kits, because it's 100% certified safe.
It is.
No glue, no, what's that stuff, the pour stuff that...
Floetrol.
Yeah.
Which is not good. Not good.
There's no plaster Paris mixing the paint.
Our paints are so kid-friendly, it's ridiculous.
So we do all kinds of clipboards. Actually, that's one acrylic pour I like. I get it.
Because they're fun. How fun is that in a kid's dorm room going to college? They could have a freaking... I gotta wash my hands.
Yeah, Carrie's gonna wash her hands. I'm gonna go through... See, here's another clipboard we did, but we do recommend... We always get these old cruddy... We get these old cruddy clipboards like this, but we found with all the liquid from the acrylic pour that they will start to bend a little bit. So seal them first. It helps.
Yes, it does.
Gail, I have not watched Call the Midwife. I've seen a couple of episodes here and there, but I haven't really started. Seriously, I love Poldark so much. I watched all 3 seasons in like a week and then watched season 1 again because that was my favorite season. And season 2 made me so angry that I almost quit watching. How many coats did you seal just 1 coat? Did you seal with before?
Yeah, just 1 coat. I put gloss on the back of that one because it was really old. But I've done matte and satin, any seal.
Whatever. Yep.
Okay. So
it just helps.
Now I'm going to try, this is just, again, me by myself. You get to watch my experiments. So this is our shimmer mixed with water, which is my favorite navy shimmer. And I'm just going to kind of pour on things and then mix them together.
Yeah, Pure Bond, Nancy says Pure Bond would be awesome because it's just 1 coat, and that is true.
It is, but the only reason I didn't use that, Nancy, was because I only had 1 little clipboard to do, and I didn't want to mix up some and have it sitting around. But Pure Bond is very good for sealing these coasters because it's heat resistant and food safe and everything. That's awesome.
So this is a clean pour because you're pouring right on?
Yeah, I'm just...
There's nothing clean about it.
I know. I'm doing whatever I want to do. And that's what I want to show people. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want green and purple and blue, do green, purple, and blue. I have sold 2 of my acrylic pour paintings that were on canvas, and both of them were sold to men, which totally blew me away. So
we're getting off tangent in the comments because we're talking about PBS.
That's fine. The
Incredible Dr. Pole. I'm going to have to check that one out. Doc Martin's really good, but I watch that all the time. I just started Victoria yesterday, and then somebody was telling me about oh gosh, what's the name of it? Something, it's from World War II, but then she goes back in time to like 1743. I don't know, it's on Stars.
Okay. And you talk about your stuff, and I'm just going to do my little, I had to break out my tip was a little clogged. Okay, so this is the purple, metallic, navy, and white.
The purple is not a metallic. That was just...
That's just a pure a pigment mix.
Yep, she just made a super, super dark purple with the acrylic base and then the pigments. She made her Outlander, thank you.
Oh, look, it looks like a lizard. He's got 2 eyes.
So then if you use the heat gun, would that pop that bubble? Is that what those do, or no?
Yeah, it does. But my fingernails do the same thing. I'm sorry. I just love the navy shimmer. It's like my favorite. I'm showing such bad.
That doesn't look like... Sherry says read the books. I don't read, Sherry. I don't read. I hate reading.
That purple is really dark, isn't it? You can blow and pop bubbles too. So you really can't get the true shimmer until after it's dried, but it's amazing.
She says heat gun, heat gun.
I know.
It's right at your knees, isn't it?
Yeah, it's somewhere over there. I don't want to do the heat gun though, should I? So you just blow. Oh, I love that already so much. I don't like that though. It's too purpley.
I'm not even talking because it's mesmerizing. Most of you probably turn off your sound anyway, so you don't have to listen to me. Everybody loves you.
I just see so many faces and objects in these things. It's so funny to me.
Yeah, sport themed color combos. Like we had one that right away they were looking at the colors and.
Yeah, and these, seriously, if you go to like Lowe's or those places in their clearance, they always have weird tiles. And they don't have to be white because you're covering the whole thing. They can be any color that you want them to be.
And you can just leave them as they are in, they could be your trivet like that. But Tom, her husband, built this lovely little...
He did. Only because they're rounded on two sides and squared on the other two sides. That's the only reason. A lot of people just do them on the regular tiles that are rounded. That bull-nosed on all four sides. That's the only reason that we built a little carrier for them, because they weren't... What kid would not love to walk away looking like this? Seriously. There's no doubt in my mind that children would just go bonkers over this stuff. Actually, we have classes here, and I would say 50% of our classes have been kids doing acrylic floors.
Yeah. Okay, so Nancy says you can seal it with the 2-part epoxy if you wanted to.
Yep.
You could just seal it with the gloss.
Yep.
Protective finish.
Yep.
Or if you don't seal it.
I've never not sealed it, because when you seal it, it brings back the brightness and vibrancy.
Right.
I've never not sealed something. That's just me. I'm sure you don't want to watch me do more, because I would do more all night long, but... Well, you guys are talking about TV shows, so...
Yeah.
We just wanted to give you an idea of what you can do to add a little pop of color to anything. Like, canvases are unlimited. You can do this on glass. We had a girl do a vase. They're a little harder to manipulate to get it to pour right, but anything will work. I love this one. I love this one. I'll post this one when it dries, because you'll be able to see the shimmer better than what you can see it now. Oh.
What do you need?
I need a little cup. And pray that the cat...
What's mess?
What?
What's mess? Look at this. Everything's a mess back here.
Yeah, it is. It's our world. What can you say? Any other questions? I mean, I don't know. You need to keep pouring. You get the gist of it, right?
Yeah. We could pour all day. Like, this is a seat cover, but the problem is we don't have the seats anymore.
The chairs. But we'll find a chair to go with it. I think it's going to need to be like... Honestly, it probably needs to be white, but I don't like to paint white, so I'm probably going to paint it lime green. I think it'll be awesome. Awesome!
So we did a chair seat and the back of a clipboard, and we have a couple of our little trivets there. We should do that thing over there.
Should, but it needs to be recovered.
I know. So, anyway... There's a couple people that are saying goodnight anyway already, so that's probably a good time.
It is.
What temperature does it tolerate to use it as a trivet? That's a Nancy question.
I think it's good up to 180 degrees, isn't it, Nancy, or is it more than that? I mean, we've done hot stuff on the Vibrant Splatter coffee, or the countertop we did,
right?
And it didn't melt anything. I don't know. That's a Nancy question.
All right. So Carrie's got all this stuff mixed up. I'm not sure if she's going to keep pouring tonight.
I am. I'm going to at least do 2 more.
But sorry, Leslie, you just got here and we're done. But you can go back and watch and add comments and ooh and ah and
enjoy it. It's so fun.
Pure Bond's more than 180 degrees.
Is that what Nancy said?
Yep.
Oh, good. She would know.
Leslie, Carrie's doing another one just for you.
I am. This is just a pour on pour on pour.
Nah, you're right on time, Leslie.
You are fine. Everyone's fine. There's no wrong time to join us.
That's why we repost our videos.
Yes. And I would be happy to do a pour for anyone who wants to watch me do it.
This is paint. This is our acrylic pour kit. You don't have to use the kit, but it comes with the acrylic pour base and the acrylic pour medium and all the pigments. You can make your own colors. Karri did show tonight using some of the metallics and the shimmers.
Just so mesmerizing. You can watch hours and hours of this stuff.
A lazy Susan to spin it.
Oh,
spin art.
I've seen people do it with spin art. Yeah. Seriously, the only limit, you guys, is your imagination. There's this one on YouTube or someplace where a guy puts his paint in a swing and like swings it out and then it flops back down. I told Nancy, whenever we have a retreat, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to put paint in a bucket and just sling it across the room and see where it goes. It's so fun. And you know the nice thing, as always, you don't have to worry about fumes or getting headaches from it because it's all non-toxic and it's awesome. And you don't have to worry about getting it under your nails or after you do something like this, having a slice of pizza in your hand, because it's all good. It's all good. Nancy?
Oh, Kristi's here. She's not late either.
Yeah. Hi, sissy. You're just so mesmerizing, I promise you. It's just amazing. And there's so many, you can do it on so many things. I'm sure, is Kitty still on? She probably does all kinds of cool things. Kitty and Vicky and the girls over there, they are mad, crazy, crafty. When we grow up, we want to be like them. Because they are super, super cool. I've got this spot that I can see right here where I have no paint, so I'm going to pour some. These would make great Christmas gifts. Like, you could do individual coasters for everybody and, like, put their initials somewhere on it, or a famous saying. You gotta pull there. That's why I have long fingernails. So I can pop the bubbles. Or maybe it's just a clump. Can you see it?
I can, yeah.
It's a clump.
Maybe we need some mesmerizing music and we just won't talk.
But you can't do music on lives anymore because you have to have rights to them or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
That whole thing is.
I can whistle.
You can. Anyway, that's pretty.
Okay, how many canvases do you get out of one kit?
You get 15 12 by 12 canvases. That's what it says. But I have used, except for the pouring medium, because I go through a lot of pouring medium. As you can see, I waste a lot. But anyway, I have used not even half of my pigments. So, and we sell the acrylic base and the pouring medium separately. And I've used almost a whole bottle of my acrylic base, so that's almost gone. And I definitely have gotten more than 15 12 by 12 canvases. Right? I mean, I would probably think have 15 12 by 12 canvases here. So for selling purposes, we say you get 15 12 by 12 canvases. For real purposes, it depends on how you use the product.
You'll have the pigments, I mean, because you use like 3 drops of pigments. Right. It's like food coloring, you know? Yeah.
And also, I want to share this. I had a lady come in, and she was doing a Unity pour for her wedding rather than a Unity candle. And she got this big 16 by 16 canvas. I think it was 16 by 16. Anyway, maybe bigger. And each one of, it was a remarry for both of them. So they both had kids. So the whole entire new blended family got a color, and they did a pour. She hasn't sent me pictures yet, but I think that is the most amazing idea in the entire world. And then the art goes in their living room. So sweet. So you could do all kinds of things. They could be baby gift shower, baby shower gifts.
Follow Karri back over here and look at some of our stuff that we did tonight. We have to try to figure out how to keep the cats off of this.
There's too much going on. I don't think they'll jump on it.
So this one had its own little air bubbles that are popping. So not quite cells, but
they all have little air bubbles that pop because there are air bubbles in them. I don't know. They're just all unique. This one's going to be awesome because that's all blue metallic when it dries.
Chair seat cover again. And here we are with the mess.
The creativeness.
Mm-hmm.
Not a mess. Come on.
Yep.
And the other nice thing about our product, they wash right off with soap and water.
Yep.
You don't, even though we've got great pigment, they don't stain your hands. Which is a big thing if you've ever had stained hands from painting. If you have long fingernails like I do, sometimes it does collect underneath, but oh well, that's what it is.
So go over one last time what comes in your pour kit.
You get a 32 ounce and a 16 ounce of pouring medium. You get a 16 ounce acrylic base, and you get the 4 primary colors of pigments. So you get a yellow, a blue, a red, and a black. Then you can buy the pigments separately. We do sell other colors. And then you get all the instructions. It's everything you need.
Colors that Karri was making up.
Yeah, you can make any color.
Okay, Nancy. I have a challenge for you. Easter egg kits.
Oh.
I never buy those little. I never buy those little tab kits because the recipe is on the back of the food coloring, and so it's like vinegar and food coloring and water.
Seriously, look at these. These could make some cool necklaces. Look at them. Just the drippings. Could be cool. Oh, look at that. It could be just cool plastic. You just cut the plastic out. But this stuff
and
dries.
There's white acrylic base in there too.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. There's an 8 ounce of white. But I've gone through that because I do a lot of white, so I just use our white linen as the base. Have no problem with it. Might as well do one more since I've got one more left. What are the questions?
Do you have the silicone or not?
I do have the silicone. Do you want to see it? The silicone comes in the same size as the pigments.
Okay.
And you can have mine. The next person to buy a kit, I'll send you 2 silicones. Because I don't like it. But that's just me.
All right, we said goodbye, but you know what? We're still pouring. Why not?
We'll just do one more.
We haven't filled our hour yet.
Oh, that's good. And I've got lots of paint. Because you never know. And actually, the good thing, if you can find at the dollar store, they used to. I can't find them anymore. But they used to sell the little sample things that you get like ketchup in and they have a lid on them.
Jello shots cups?
Yes, that's probably not there because of the weekend. Duh. So they didn't have any, so I got bathroom cups. But the Jello shot cups with the lid on them,
2 ounce portion cups. That's what they're called.
There you go, 2 ounce. You can all these paints you could put the lid on and they're good. I've had them as long as 2 weeks. So sometimes you just have to add a little water to them, but they're fine. I mixed way more than I needed tonight. Look at that. I got so much blue left. How am I going to preserve it without my little lid cups? I liked the one that I poured out because I liked how it got colors within colors. Ooh, it's like red, white, and blue with a little bit of green. That's a lot of red. That's a lot of red. I'll just pour it off. Ooh, this is patriotic all day long.
Yep, you lost your turquoise.
This. That's okay. I don't mind. There's a little corner of it, but I'll do a patriotic one. This is actually really good. Because usually the red and the blue blend together and they make purple. So you kind of lose the red, white, and blue theme. I like that little turquoise in the corner. On my finger, trying to cover the corner. You see over here. The other cool thing about long fingernails, you can use them like a scoop. I like that one. It's got a little turquoise in the corner. Mm-hmm. We'll drip this one off so you don't see my fingernail. My fingerprint. Sweet. There's a little patriotic duty for you. With a little bit of green and pink and purple. That's cool. So what football team is this? Red and blue and white. Is there a football team?
New England Patriots.
Oh, there you go.
Listen to the non-athlete football girl.
There you go. New England Patriots. All right, guys. Well, seriously, I'm out of stuff now. Unless I do a canvas.
She's not out of paint.
No.
She's out of material.
I can do a suitcase.
Pour on. Still one more clipboard. It's not sealed, though.
No, it's not sealed. Only because last time I had a hard time with the clipboards that weren't sealed because they warped and I had to set stuff on top of them and wet them from the back. So if you're going to do a clipboard and they're these old brown fiber board thingies, seal them before you do the pour. Because there's just too much liquid in them. How fun would it be to do a suitcase though? Like traveling. We should have done one before Chris went to China.
Oh, jeez.
We could have done a pour suitcase.
He has a plain black suitcase.
I know, but we could have made it. How awesome. You could have a suitcase with a pour on it, so every time it came through the carousel, you know it was yours.
I think you could do it on any kind of clipboard. I don't see why not.
Yes, you could do it.
And the new ones, most of them are like acrylic, or they're plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see why not. We do it on anything.
That would be a great class for kids that they could do their own clipboard and, like I said, and the front, if you did the back, then you could do the front and leave it, not seal it, so it would be a chalkboard. How fun would that be?
Yeah.
Anyway, again, the possibilities are endless. We always say that because it's true. And I don't know what we're going to do next week. We're going to do something fun next week too. So come back next Thursday, 6 o'clock. A little early, a little late, whatever we get here. And you learn a new product every week. This week was acrylic pours. So go ahead and post questions and we'll get back to you and read through everything that everybody said. Watch without sound so you don't have to listen to me. It really doesn't matter. Next week we'll do vibrant splatters on raw wood. Because let me show you. I'm doing some samples for some girls. And these were what I just blended. Vibrant splatter. They're not all real bright because she wanted beachy colors. But these are blended on just plain plywood. All one brush, just loaded with 4 different colors. They're really cool. Do the vibrant splatter stains and all kinds of stuff? Yeah. So. Here's another one that's darker. It's got more purples. But they're not sealed yet, but they don't have to be sealed. Well, I seal them on wood. They don't have to be sealed if you're using them on canvas. Anyway, maybe we'll do vibrant splatter next week. I'll get with you. All right, I'm going to leave Karri to clean up her mess. Please do. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did because this is my favorite thing to do. I'm just sitting here thinking, oh, what else can I pour? Look at all these colors. Ah. See you next week.